Imagine waking up to find that reading proficiency in your local school district has suddenly collapsed. Test scores are plunging. Your first instinct is probably to say, we need to do some research to fix this. But treating research as a single, uniform tool is the fastest way to fail at solving the problem. It is exactly like trying to measure the physical distance between two cities using a temperature thermometer. The tool simply does not match the task. Look at the sheer scale of the methodological toolkit. There are at least 14 major methods available to researchers. But to resolve a hyper-local crisis like declining reading scores, we have to look closely at a spectrum of 3 specific approaches. Navigating an immediate crisis requires understanding how to move progressively along this spectrum, starting from abstract, high-level theory and stepping all the way down to immediate action. We begin at the widest, most distanced lens available on our methodology spectrum, basic research, which is also known as pure or fundamental research. Basic research does not concern itself with fixing our local school's reading crisis. Its sole purpose is to explore the broad why, what, and how of the universe in order to formulate entirely new theories. If we apply this to our reading crisis, a basic research question looks like this. How exactly does the human brain process language? Because it operates at this conceptual level, the work is highly technical. It is written almost exclusively by academic experts, to be read and scrutinized by other academic experts. The timeline here is virtually infinite. These researchers push the outermost boundaries of human knowledge, entirely insulated from the pressure of delivering an immediate, practical payoff. Basic research mines the raw, theoretical fuel that is absolutely required before any practical solutions can eventually be engineered. Moving down the spectrum, we arrive at applied research. Here, the lens zooms in from that abstract theory and focuses sharply on targeted reality. The researcher's intent shifts. They take fundamental theories generated by basic science and point them directly, like a laser, at a specific, localized problem. This chart shows the exact shift in approach. Instead of asking how the brain reads in theory, the applied question becomes, what specific curriculum improves reading comprehension in 10-year-olds? Because the end goal here is practical application, this data goes through a mandatory translation process. The findings shed their dense academic jargon and are rewritten into a common language that anyone can easily read and implement. Applied research serves as the crucial bridge, taking isolated theoretical discoveries and forging them into usable tools for society. Finally, we reach the absolute ground level of the spectrum, action research. This is where methodology is dictated entirely by pressing urgency. The critical differentiator here is the timeline. The situation demands a solution right now, and instead of relying on outside observation, it utilizes a highly participatory approach. The people running the research, the main actors, aren't isolated scientists studying a school from afar. They are the teachers, they are the students, and the local administrators themselves. These embedded actors take the accessible tools generated by applied research and use them to study their own exact localized environment. The execution can look chaotic. They deploy immediate school-wide interventions, collect data on the fly, and adapt teaching methods instantly based on real-time feedback. Action research flips the traditional power dynamic. It puts the methodology directly into the hands of the people experiencing the problem, empowering them to solve it. The journey from abstract theory to tangible reality is dictated entirely by your distance from the problem, your intent, and the participants involved. Basic research expands knowledge. Applied research builds problem-solving tools, and action research empowers local implementation. It's a continuous loop. Action researchers rely on applied tools, which in turn rely on foundational discoveries of basic researchers. Treating these methodologies as competing, isolated silos causes systemic failure in how we solve societal issues. They operate as an interconnected ecosystem. True problem-solving requires knowing exactly which methodological tool to pull from the box based on your absolute proximity to the crisis.